We're in the Lower East Side, and she's gonna talk to you guys a little bit about this neighborhood.
Hi, welcome to the Lower East Side, one of my favorite neighborhoods in New York City. It's lively, you have bars, restaurants, cute little shops. If you haven't checked out Essex Market, it's an amazing place with a bunch of different places to eat and shop. Lots of thrifting. I mean, there's so many things you can do in this neighborhood.
Yeah. Fun fact, she helped me find my very first New York City apartment. So shout out to Mackenzie. And we're gonna do like a little series of kind of just going around New York and helping you guys learn about how to really navigate this market, because it is so confusing. It was so confusing to me 2 years ago, and that's why I consulted her help. And here we are, just walking around looking at apartments.
So this next apartment, we're crossing from Lower East Side to like Nolita, NoHo area. Still, you have great restaurants and bars, but you're getting a little bit more central, closer to trains.
Love it.
That sort of thing. So we're gonna take a peek and we'll see.
Can you explain like the West and the East and how to like understand when you're crossing over? Because so many people are like, where are you?
Yeah. So it's funny because I feel like neighborhoods are like very specific for kind of no reason. It's like the lines are like crossed. You know what I mean? It's all blending.
It's so confusing.
But typically it'll go like East Village, Greenwich Village, West Village.
Yeah.
And then Lower East Side, Nolita, NoHo, Soho, Hudson Square, Tribeca. Like that's kind of like the lines in which you're going.
Amazing.
All great locations. Love them all for different reasons.
5 feet, right?
Oh.
It's interesting to see with someone's stuff.
I know.
Damn.
Wow.
Talk about making the most of it.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Huh. I'm like trying to take it all in. Okay.
I had the studios in Gramercy around 25.
Yeah.
This is the size.
Okay.
So downtown, studio, typically more renovated.
Yeah.
About this size.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All
I
right.
remember you guys I showed you a while ago. But
I don't know. Maybe it's
This is
like
tiny.
2 years ago.
They've used the
sure we
space
have
to the
that.
best of their ability, I feel like. Okay. Oh, let me actually, I'll look at this first and then go backward. Oops. Okay. Oh, the bathroom's a good size. Oh, there's storage. There's cabinets, that's good. Upper cabinets. Decent size fridge. What's in this corner? Oh. Okay. Wow. What was the price of this one?
2,500.
25. Okay. All right. Where's my bag?
Lower East Side area.
Yeah.
A little bit probably like closer to like First Avenue.
Yeah.
But Williamsburg like 20 years ago, like it's just kind of a more underdeveloped area. Okay. I feel like they're just starting to kind of build like bigger condos and like that sort of thing in that area.
Right.
So I do think in the next like 15 to 20 years it's really gonna blow up, like people living there more, price wise, that sort of thing.
Hello, you guys. We are in the Lower East Side. I'm joined with Mackenzie, and we're going to do a little debrief of what we saw today. So let's start with apartment number 1.
Yes, 55 Clinton. We saw a junior one bed is what I would call it there. My thoughts were that the building looked really well maintained. They had a nice little backyard space, which is rare. The kitchen was fairly renovated. The only downside I would say is the bath wasn't as renovated.
Right.
And there wasn't really a living space.
Right. Mackenzie is super well versed with New York City apartments, so I definitely gave her full reign to pick our route. And with that first one, I definitely noticed that would be a pretty decent size of apartment, like that I would rent. And
For one person.
Like it's perfect for one person. Really great light.
We're all in the same vicinity, like within a 5 to 10 minute walk of each other.
Right.
That was on a side street as opposed to like an avenue.
Okay.
So that makes a difference.
Okay, and so she's gonna tell us why an avenue versus a side street matters in terms of your apartment.
Right. So if you live on an avenue, no problem with that. Like I live on an avenue, it just is personal preference.
Yeah.
Typically, it's going to be a little bit busier. You're going to have more people outside.
Right.
With that, you might be like closer to some restaurants and shops and your bodega and all of that. But when you live on a side street, which is like a numbered street, or in this area, it's like a Clinton or a Ludlow, that sort of thing. It's just going to be quieter. You're not going to have as much noise. Like actually right now we're on an avenue, if you can tell. And on side streets it would just be a little bit quieter all day long, pretty much.
Yeah. And then what was the price point of this first one?
That first one was $24.50.
Okay.
For that, and then next door they had 57 Clinton, which they had a 1-bed, which was bigger. You'll see. That was a little bit more for like $2,800.
Right. And so something really useful that Mackenzie taught me almost 2 years ago now is that in the winter there is less of a demand, but that means that there's also less apartments. So when I moved here 2 years ago, I was looking during this time frame, and I did notice that the demand was definitely lower, and I was able to find something in my price point, which was great. And I know a lot of you have mentioned that the New York City apartment process and the apartment hunting is super annoying, and I totally understand that. So that's why I wanted to bring Mackenzie just to talk through like the ins and outs and things that she knows from her experience. Oh, also, how long have you been a real estate agent? I was gonna ask.
Great question. I've been a real estate agent for 4 years now. I do everything, but like rentals is my bread and butter. It's how I started, and I absolutely love working in rentals, like just running around with clients, seeing apartments. I mean, it's not a bad job.
No,
definitely not. And you know, to your point, like about the market, it's definitely a bit slower now with that. Oh my gosh, are we getting snow?
I know, like what's happening? Wait, it's
first snowfall of the winter.
That's exciting.
But I do think that like typically prices will be a bit lower in the slow season.
Yeah.
I think that for that first apartment,
Right.
the 24 was like within the realm of what I see normally. I think maybe the 28 was a little bit high.
Yeah.
But with that, like just so you know, when you're apartment hunting, like you can always try and negotiate. You never know what they're gonna say, right? So like if your budget is 26 or 25, I would look up to 26 or look up to 27 and see if maybe you can get a deal, because things are slower. There aren't as many people looking, so things might sit on the market a little bit longer.
Exactly. And then apartment number 3.
Apartment number 3. So that one was on, it was 203 Christie Street. It is on, technically Christie is more like an avenue, like a main street. So it was a little bit busier over there. You are across from a park, and you do get a little bit more central into Manhattan, like closer to Nolita and that area, which is nice. That apartment was small.
It was very small. We walked in and I was like, oh, wow, okay, cute. I mean,
it's occupied, so someone's stuff is in it.
Right, yes, someone's stuff is in it, but nevertheless, definitely a tight squeeze. And I was telling her that I was pretty surprised about like how the prices are in certain areas of Manhattan. And that actually brings me to another big point I wanted to mention, which I told her off camera, is I think that a lot of people are really focused on location, which I get it. If you're here, you should go to any location that you want. But what I've learned now, being in 2 different apartments in New York City, is I would rather be comfortable than be in this prime area. Why? Is because you can always navigate to that area, even if it's not right outside of your door. But I think when you're looking, look for comfortability over location. That's just my opinion.
I'm personally the same way, but as you know, I work with clients who have all different types of priorities. So some people really do. It's like this neighborhood or nothing. So I get it, but I'm the same way.
Yeah. Okay, well, that wraps up today's video. Definitely follow Mackenzie. I will leave all her information in the description of this video. She's so well versed in this market, so definitely seek out her help if you are looking or want to move to New York at some point. And hopefully we will see you in the next one.
I wanted to add that the last 2.5 years living in New York City has been such a whirlwind. I've seen the good, I've seen the bad with apartments, and as I am gearing up to move into my 3rd New York City apartment, what I can say is that just having the access to the city is everything I've ever wanted. And yes, this is not everyone's truth, but it definitely is mine. So as I'm gearing up for this next chapter, I cannot wait to take you guys along. See you in the next one.